Всем привет, друзья! С вами Артур и Алисия. Мы сегодня приехали в кино. И смотрите, как прикольно! И космос! Нет. Никогда? Никогда. 10 минут осталось, и он начался. Ну, уже 9 минут. Потому что музыка началась. Да.
Видите, а по ходу техники уже не влезут те все люди, которые пришли туда.
Да.
Тут уже сидите некуда. Круто. Вот это мы успели в последний момент.
Да, мы успели.
Все, их уже оставят там ждать полчаса.
Да. Смотрите, там звездочки, вот там луна. Летят вот так. Они не летят, они стоят. И смотрите, что там внизу.
Может, папа вам придумывает такие развлечения.
Здесь музыки даже запускают, кстати. 8 минут. Мы успеем, наверное, посмотреть, да? Здесь еще можно снимать. Да. Ну, почему-то никто не снимает. Нет. Ну, когда начнется, они будут снимать. Ну, какие-то люди снимают. Некоторые люди. Да.
Да, не все.
Нет, вообще некоторые люди. Да. Где ты снимаешь? А ты будешь в айфоне снимать? Ну, конечно, буду.
Again, I know we talked about this, but I think LA should just hold most of the time. Like, we have the structures in place. Like, we just
I want to know what designer
Пишите в комментариях.
I was literally clarifying.
И напишите в комментариях, у меня красивое платье или нет. Вот так. Я буду сводить. Сколько осталось? 7.
This is like,
7 минут и все.
Девочки, вот так. Тетя Оля лучше всего вот это делает.
Да
А
уж.
сейчас я тебе покажу, она вчера делала. Где там тетя Оля?
Вот.
Сейчас. А, нет, уже нет, это пропало.
Посмотри, звездочки. Да.
oh, hard pass. Hard pass.
6 минут.
I say that I would look at that.
Эти хорошо, мы сюда пошли, они там еще смотрели. Я тут на диванчик остался.
И еще раз в неделю это еще раз будет. Еще раз.
Тут разное. Тут можно и футбол смотреть, и баскетбол, и цирк можно посмотреть. Может, на цирк пойдем.
Да. О! Начинается? Наверное, да.
Они пишут, что иногда будет очень сильно мелькать. Будет глазами. Поэтому вот так вот будет вот так мелькать. Поэтому смотрите, чтобы у вас не начало тошнить. Уже некоторым людям они не выдерживают, когда вот так вот мелькает.
Что, закрывать глаза?
А если нет, если тебе неплохо, то не закрывай. А если становится тошнить,
Мне, наверное, будет тошнить, поэтому я закрываю. Хотя будет бегать? А ты тогда закрывай глаза. Все будут, наверное. 5 минут.
Это просто экран такой.
Когда оно прекратит мигать? А когда будет прекратить мигать?
Ну, можно потом пойти, посидеть там.
Папа, а когда он прекратит мигать?
А?
Когда он прекратит мигать?
Прекратит мигать? Ну, для того, чтобы прекратить, он должен начать сначала. Но в какой-то момент оно пишет, что будет мелькать очень сильно. Ну, ты увидишь, оно недолго будет.
А сколько минут?
Несколько секунд.
Значит 50, да. Еще 4. 4? Да. Три минуты.
Smash. Yeah, the sprouses are usually. They're
The
used
idea
to
is like
acting out.
you're in action, like you're ringside, courtside.
Yes.
But what I've seen photos of it, where watching it, they were cutting to different POVs, so it wasn't always just courtside.
Не понял. Что не понял? Уже все? Сколько минут?
Сейчас уже началось.
Алиса терпеть не может.
That's just for that.
Right,
Не учись у мамы. Это мама такая.
right.
It's interesting.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the boxes are always, you're actually, they're cool, but they're
Ты мог бы сказать попозже, а?
yeah.
Ой, все.
Hard pass. The hardest pass.
Уже все.
Yeah.
But what's cool is the way that
No.
Там убрали. О!
Amazing story from these players.
Все мигать будет. Не понял. Что это было?
Yeah.
Помигало.
They
Мне вообще неплохо не было. Мне тоже. Он помигал, да? А я думаю, что вот так вот. Еще раз. Вау!
Amazing story from these
Все началось. 1 минута.
It's over. The Celtics are NBA champions. One of these teams just 4 wins away from the greatest trophy in sports.
Уже 0 минут. Ребятки, уже 0 минут.
This
уже началось.
They saw from Akasha in round one. There is no denying it now. With a highlight for the ages.
Вот футбол. Вот футбол.
What's your production, guys? Behind Tracy. They are the champions of college football.
Да. Это реклама.
Это реклама была, да, то, что...
Since the dawn of humanity, 100 billion lives have come and gone.
О,
Of all those people,
Это начало
barely
жизни.
700 of us have made the bold leap into space.
да, вот Земля.
For more than 60 years, we astronauts have returned from orbit, sharing eerily similar experiences.
I could not believe it. It was just
О,
The way it was glowing in the darkness.
This experience is so common and so powerful that it has a name: the overview effect.
When I was in orbit,
почти.
I had a dream. It was a dream where I saw the beginning of all things.
О,
Matter, energy, space, time. The core ingredients of our universe appeared in a rush of elemental foam. I watched protons and neutrons fuse into atoms, atomic
Так
particles
появилась жизнь.
amassing and collecting into gas clouds.
здесь появилась...
Star after luminous star, arriving, gathering, until the spiral of the
Сейчас
Milky Way
появится
unfurled
планета,
before
да?
me.
О,
On an outer arm, I found our sun, a primordial furnace surrounded by clumps of gas and rock. Masses absorbed and grew until our solar system emerged.
вау.
Proud gas giants keeping watch over rocky spheres, encircled by lowly exoplanets, and a single blue pearl, Earth.
Появилась Земля.
Так появилась Земля, ребята.
Then, a miracle. Life. Just single cells floating in a vast ocean. Their simplicity was deceiving. Fed by the awakening rays of the sun, they released a giant exhale of oxygen, transforming the atmosphere. And the dance began. Single cells collected and specialized, dividing and growing, becoming interdependent. Contact, communication, communion. Soon, there were organisms, seeking deeper sips from the cup of life. Travel and error stretching for billions of years. Generation upon generation. Neural pathways spread like galaxies, networks, big and small. Mycelium, reptilian, mammalian, evolution. A continuum of change and progress. And then it was human, and we looked back. The mind of the Milky Way, in search of its own depths. It felt like a story I knew, until I realized it wasn't just ours.
Earth is a water planet. Billions of years ago, the first microbes flickered into existence, so small as to be nearly invisible.
Это вода, ребята.
Today, giants roam the ocean depths, calling out in song.
Папа, это кто?
Это киты.
А киты?
Киты в воде.
Да.
Humpback whale songs have melodies, sections, and themes. Structure and meaning are passed among pods, repeated across the oceans, evolving year after year, an expression of their very essence. We think of music as human, but whales have been singing since before we walked the earth. From orbit,
Сон.
continents drift by underneath you. Thousands of miles are traversed within minutes. Down below, giants crisscross vast landscapes. Step after grueling step, they migrate in search of food and water. The endless trek that survival demands. When an elephant succumbs to natural causes, their family gathers to bury them. They cover them with dirt and branches. They grow silent in reverence. They mourn. We think of funerals as human, but elephants perform these rituals before the first of us were ever laid to rest. Flight is challenging for humans. To escape the atmosphere takes millions of pounds of thrust exploding beneath us.
Ребята, это орел.
But many in the animal kingdom grace the skies with ease. With sinewy bodies and hollow bones, the eagle surfs unseen currents, rising, gliding. At high altitudes, the environment is unforgiving. It is a conversation between wind and beast. We took to the skies only with the aid of machines. But eagles have been gliding higher and farther than us for millennia.
Вот, наверное, планета, папа.
Life doesn't exist on Earth. It exists within it. Billions of years ago, Earth was a barren, lonely rock dusted with chemical compounds. But life has transformed it, creating and sustaining the conditions for life to thrive. In water, where life flourishes even in the deepest ocean trenches. On land, where life takes root even in the most rugged terrain. And in the air, where life-giving nutrients serve planetary currents. These systems make up the biosphere, a single planetary cell, afloat
Жизнь на Земле и в воде, она создала воздух.
in the cosmic body.
Жизни на воде они создали воздух.
At the dawn of our history, humanity left
как они
Africa
это
and
сделали?
spread across the
Это
earth.
природа сделала.
Природа.
Tribes becoming
Сделали
clans,
так.
clans becoming cities, cities becoming nations, until we covered the planet, shaping it and conforming it to our needs. Somewhere along the way, a sense of detachment grew inside us. Almost as though we believed we were separate from the planet, that we were separate from life. You don't have to look far to see the repercussions.
Our civilization has built world-changing technology, crafted incredible tools, and engineered astonishing feats. We are more powerful than we have ever been.
Это наша планета.
But we have not cared for our home.
Вот наша планета, вот.
Astronauts risk their lives to escape gravity's embrace. We launch out of our atmosphere with a singular focus on our mission. We're there to work, explore, and discover. But at the first opportunity, we rush to the windows and are greeted with the most important discovery of all, our home.
You see all this beauty, you see this color, you see, it was like almost like information overload. And my senses, my eyes, at some points could not process the beauty of it because I'd never seen something like it before. You don't feel your weight. Particles float through the cabin, everything floats. And after a few hours, a few days for some, you don't even feel you had a body. You forget you had a body. And at that moment, I think you are pure soul, pure consciousness. There is a silence, the depth of which you've never experienced before, and that silence contrasts so markedly with what you're seeing and the speed with which you know you're going. And you think about
what you're experiencing and why.
Здесь из космоса.
Do you deserve this fantastic experience? Are you separated out to be touched by God, to have some
Кстати,
special
это специально
experience?
снимал.
And you know the answer
Ты
to that
снял
is no.
космос.
You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully. You look down and you see that surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there, and they are like you, they are you, and somehow you represent them. You are up there as the sensing element, and you're out on that forefront, and you have to bring that back somehow. And that's a humbling feeling. There's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between you and that planet and you and all those other forms of life on that planet, because you had that kind of experience, and it's a difference. And it's so precious.
Смотри, ночь наступает.
Уже ночь наступает. А там планете утро в Америке.
Ты понял, планета крутится вокруг Солнца.
Да.
И когда одна часть стоит, то
We had just launched, but I was still too short to see out the window. So there was a porthole right next to me. And finally, we got the clearance that, okay, you can open your seat belts. And then I slowly floated up. I looked out the window. I saw this beautiful planet, and I felt this energy, this amazing energy, life coming from Earth. And I just started crying. I was bawling. I didn't know why I was crying. I was laughing and I was crying, and it was so emotional. What an amazing place we live in, and we don't appreciate it.
это гроза, там дождь идет.
Это гроза, ребята. О,
You will be surprised how much you are moved to the point that you cry watching the Earth from space. Even if you are the toughest
это что,
astronaut,
папа?
you have tears in your eyes.
Что это
And
было?
you shake the shoulder of your crewmate.
Это камни, которые в воздухе.
Is this us here? Is this real? Are we dreaming? My connection to our planet changed after seeing its fragility. You see all this beauty, you see this color, you see all this stuff that you haven't seen before. And when you get home, you want to do better.
I loved being up there with 5 other people who all came from different places. And it's really clear that you're all part of the mission, and if you don't get your part accomplished, then the mission, which is more important than how you feel that day and whether you like your crewmates or
Это
anything like that,
атмосфера, когда
the mission isn't going to get
космос
accomplished. And the mission
защищают.
is so imperative. And yet when we look back at the Earth, when I do, I see a spaceship with a crew. The mission of being good Earthlings, of living in a sustainable way that takes care of our planet, learning to help each other solve problems. We are one crew down here on the earth, and every single little connection between people can make that difference.
What is our condition on Earth? What is Earth? Earth is a spaceship. Relative to the size of the Earth, the layer of gas that makes our atmosphere is so thin that you understand spontaneously how fragile we are. Earth is beautiful. Earth is powerful. Life is fragile. And now that contrast between that Christmas tree ornament and that black sky, that infinite universe, really comes through. It becomes so small and so fragile and such a precious little spot in that universe that you can block out with your thumb. And you realize that on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that perspective is, that you've changed.
Может, еще раз смотреть будем? Там, пересядем там, ниже, например.
Пересядем на ниже, давай. Я хочу пойти на улицу и там покушать. Идем уже ниже пересядем, папа. Это вообще, не знаю.